Alright, good evening guys. Me, Steve's Outdoor Ventures, as you can see. I just done a live stream. It was meant to be on here, and I realised at the end I'd done my other channel, my paranormal channel. So I'm doing it again, but private, offline, and I'll upload it when I finished. So yeah, today went out, done some milk detecting. Still having problems with those two bloody pinpointers, the two gold hunter ones. Got some news from the sellers. One's actually sending me a replacement one. I think they sent it out today because they sent me a Royal Mail tracking number, and they said it could take 2 or 3 days to get here. The other one, the only thing they'd done for me on that one was told them to keep it, and they refunded me just over half of the value. So like, if it cost me like £35, they refunded me £20 and said, like, we give you £20, you keep that one because it might, start working again. Well, funny enough, it was working a little bit again today. I might have to take it apart and see if there's any kind of like dirt or something in there, which probably affecting. I don't know. Shouldn't be, because it's like, the one which is giving me more of a pain in the backside is the one which I only got through the post a couple of weeks ago, and I've only used it about 3 times. Mind you, it did work a little bit today. But so did the other one, because I took them both out with me today. There was a little bit of occasion where none of them would work, so I had to use the actual milk detector to try to pick up whatever was in the hole or in the clog. Let's say one of the sellers has actually sent me a replacement one. I'm not sure if I've got to return that one, which I might have to. I'll have to wait until I get the new one and email them saying, what do you want me to do with the old one? They might say keep it, because like the one who's actually partially refunded me said, look, keep it. We'll refund you half of what it's worth, like £20, and maybe you might be able to get another one or something, and maybe that one might start working. I say it does work sometimes, but not all the time. But I did buy another one today on Amazon. I'll see if I can find it. Orders. It's called a Valador. I'm not sure how good you see this, but this is the one I've got. I saw a guy doing a little kind of like video on one. He was using it in the sea in Australia. He goes around looking for people's rings and things, and apparently this one can actually go up to like 10 meters in water, I think. So it's definitely like waterproof. It's fully IP68 waterproof, 360-degree all-round milk detector, has ultra high stability and high sensitive 3 meter full waterproof. Using any weather, even heavy rain or snorkeling. It's got like a little kind of LED thing there, so when you're scanning, it'll show you if it's like 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, whatever. Be like like a normal milk detector, but the bars, the depth. So I've ordered one of those. I could have got one a little bit cheaper from Amazon, being 35, but that would have been shipped to me from China. Now Amazon had 2 in stock at £45 and one at £43. I ordered the one at 43 because all what's wrong with it is the box is damaged. It says as new, and it does state damaged box. Actually, it's £42. 37p. Sold by Amazon. Yeah, I can't see the bit where it says it, but it says, like, you know, as new, just damaged box. So I thought, you know, saved me like nearly £3. That should be here Friday, hopefully. So yeah, I've got that coming. I should have a replacement Gold Hunter pinpointed turning up sometime the next 3 or 4 days, depending on the actual postal delivery. They said, you know, give it a few extra days, just be on the safe side. They have sent me a tracking number, so, you know, I can keep a tracking on it. But it says it has been picked up anyway. So, you know, it might be in the next couple of days, hopefully. I'm not planning to go anywhere for the next few days because it's going to be horrible weather again. I went to my permission and done some melt detecting. Got to about 9:30 and detected till about 2 o'clock, I think it was. So there will be a video up later tonight, possibly, if not tomorrow. I don't know how long the video is. If it's more than an hour, then it'll probably be cut in half. But if it's an hour, then I'll keep it as it is, because I did not do what I normally do. I did not talk a lot like I always do. You know, you won't hear me moaning and bitching. You'll see, like, what I found and what I didn't find, you know. Because there was a few holes I dug and I couldn't find anything in them. So there must have been very, very small bits of shard metal or whatever. I did find 2 old coins, King George coins, I believe they are. I need to sort them out. They're in my coat pocket at the moment. Found 3 modern day 2p's, spendable. Partial broken bit of a horseshoe. And a few other little bits and pieces, you know, which wasn't really much of interest. I did show him a landowner. Said, if you want any, you know, pick what you want. And he said, no. Didn't blame him, actually, because it's all junk. I think one of the coins was 1949. I'm not sure. I know I can see 19 something 9. So, you know, I know it's probably early in the 1950s anyway. I think it's like King George V. But I need to get them out in my pocket, like, and sort them out and stick them in with some cleaning fluids, which I use bicarbonated soda and lemon juice. And that does clear a lot of that green patina crap off. I have tried vinegar, and really, vinegar doesn't really do much. So bicarbonated soda and lemon juice I'll be using to clean those 2 older coins off later. So pinpointers were giving me a bit of a problem again today. There was a couple of times I actually used the metal detector to try and pinpoint what I was trying to find. So really, hopefully I might get 2 new pinpointers this week before the end of the week. I know that new one, the Valador, the waterproof one's going to be here by Friday. The other Gold Hunter, I don't know when that'll be here. That could be here by the end of the week. Could be here next week, I don't know. But I do have the tracking number safe for it, so I'm keeping an eye on that. I'm not closing the report down on eBay until I get it. I've told them that. The other one I got like a £20, you know, refund on it, and that's why I used to buy that Valador one, £20 eBay refund, and I stuck the other 23 quid out of my bank account to buy that new one. I think it's a green colour, actually. It says there, Valador handheld metal detector, full waterproof, audio vibrate, LCD indicator, 360 scan, metal pointer, hunting for buried treasure, gold coin, underwater pinpointer metal detector for adults, kids, blah, blah, blah. I think it's green, I'm not sure. But £43. No, another one I'm going to be testing out. If it don't work, I know it's the same problem. At least I can send that back to Amazon and get my money back. With eBay, it's taken me weeks to even get either a replacement or partial refund. Because I have noticed, I think both these pinpointers came from the same seller, just that you had different eBay stores. I can't understand if it is from the same business but different company names, why are they giving me refund on one or partial refund on one and telling me to keep it and not doing it on the other one, just saying, oh, we'll send you a replacement. Now, when the replacement one does turn up, then I'll get back to them and I say, well, I've got a replacement one, what do you want done with this old one, the one that doesn't work? When they say return it, then they'll have to send me the shipping label, which is going to cost them money. So they might turn around and say keep it. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens on that one. I did show one of the fines, asked him if he wanted any of them. He said no, so I brought that home. Bit of good news though, as I was packing up, I saw this fan come up to Ron's property, and I was wondering, I wonder who that is, and I thought it might have been one of his like family members. But I drove down the side track, which is on Ron's land, and I'm standing there watching. I wasn't going to actually go and see who they were. I was going to go straight over to Ron, but something just told me, like, hang around, see what's going on. So I stood there, and I saw this person get out of the car, and he looks like he was like climbing over the wire fencing to the land below, across where Ron's is, because where Ron's bit of land ends, you've got like a wire fencing, and it's also got like it's like two wire fencing. One is electrified, stop horses from like getting on the other part of the property, and then you've got a normal wire fence, barbed wire fence. And I saw the guy, and someone else climbing over the fence. So I thought, I wonder. So I grabbed my gear and I started walking down. Then I heard the car door slam. I thought, fuck, they're going. But they weren't. They was actually climbing over the fence. So I whistled and I stuck my hand up and I climbed over the fence and I started walking over to him. I said, excuse me, mate, do you own this land? He goes, yeah, why? I said, oh my God, I've been trying to find out. It's been, who owns this land for ages and ages and ages. I said, I was just wondering, if it's okay if I get permission to metal detect here. I've got permission to metal detect here on Ron's, as you can see. So, I was wondering if I can get permission to do here. I said, trying to get permission, it's so bloody hard. I really would appreciate if I can get permission. So this guy, young guy, about 20s, he goes, oh, well, I'll have to ask my dad. He goes, you got a phone number or something? I said, yeah, I'll give him a phone number. But normally when you give phone numbers out, no one really contacts you back. So I said, do you have a number I can ring him on? He goes, well, actually, what I'll do, I'll ring him now for you and see what he says. I thought, okay. And I was expecting a no, but hey, I spoke to the gentleman on the phone and he goes, yeah, knock yourself out, I don't mind you metal detecting. And I thought, yes. So I got a new permission today, guys, new permission. It's all on the same area. You've got ones there, and then you've got like this new one here, and the new one is more like double of what Ron's got. So I said, well, I won't be doing any this year, but next year I'll come up. And before I start, I'll give you a ring and let you know. And I said, would it be okay if I just like jump over the fence? He said, yeah, no worries. Now, the good thing is that he goes, actually, I'm glad that you got a metal detector. Maybe you can help me out. I said, yeah, well, what's wrong? He goes, one of the family members lost a diamond ring. and we know where it is, but what you'll have to do is come over and we'll show you roughly where it is, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find it. And I ain't been that long ago. I thought, yeah, I'll do that for you, mate. No worries. So, it ain't just going to be his land where he keeps his ponies, because it is like another paddock. Another paddock with a lot more horses and a lot more horse muck everywhere. But hey, it's land. But it depends on where I got to go to find this ring. If I do find it and he offers me a reward or anything, I'm not going to take no reward. I'm going to say no. You've already rewarded me by giving me permission, by giving me the okay to metal detect on your land. There is a little bit more further down, like a little square, probably about an acre or two. I asked if that was easy, and he said no. So I want to try to find out who owns that, and try to get permission to metal detect on that as well. Because then I'll have the whole area to myself then. But yeah, I've got another permission today. Being there at the right time, right place, right location. So when I woke up this morning at 7 o'clock when the alarm went off, I was bloody tired still, because I only had about 3.5 4 hours sleep. And I turned the alarm off and I thought, I'll just lay here. But I had to get up to go to the bathroom. And I started waking up and I thought, soddy, I might as well go out and do some metal detecting. Now, I didn't really want to, I wasn't too sure if I wanted to go to the ones or not, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I went to my permission, because now I've got a second permission. So that made me bloody happy. Although I didn't find much on the one's land today, don't mean I ain't going to find, any more good stuff. I found a bit of a broken horseshoe, couple of George coins, I think they were, which need cleaning up, 3 modern day 2p's, and some scrap metal, which I'm going to put in the bin. There is 1 or 2 unusual things there. Nothing spectacular, but I'm going to see, what they are after I clean them up a bit. There might be some kind of markings on them, I don't know. But I was finding a lot of iron stuff again today. I took my bounty hunter up today. I didn't take my go find today. I took my bounty hunter. Took the new spade up today as well. That longer one I showed on my other video, and man, I tell you, that was a pain to use. The spade is that long. That the middle bit is that big, like that. And when I'm kind of digging, I could only dig into the ground that much, which was fucking ridiculous, man. I was cutting out square clods, but I could only get down to about 2-3 inches. So I had to keep using my little hand trowel to dig some more out to find out where the finds were. So I don't really think I'm going to be using that spade anymore. It only cost me £5 anyway from home base, so I asked Ron at the end of the day, can I leave it there, because I didn't want to really carry it back home. And he said, yeah, I'll put it here for you. Nice little location. I said, if you need to use it, mate, because I don't think I'm going to be using it anymore. Because carrying that and the spade around with it, it does, weigh your back down a little bit, and it does give you a little bit of a backache. So, the new spade I left up there today, it goes missing. I'm not really worried about it. It's only a £5. I'm going to look at some more spades next week or 2. I'm hoping to go out maybe Sunday, but I don't know where I'm going to go yet. I have told the new landowner, the new permission, that I won't be going there until the new year. I've actually sent him a text message as well, thanking him, and I said to him, when I come up over the new year, I'll try and meet up with you, and we'll sort out about me going looking for that ring. So, yeah, gold diamond ring, I think he said it was. I would have got a text back from him actually, but I haven't. maybe it's just a person who doesn't really like chatting on the phone much. I've got his name, his phone number, and his address, which I've got to check up on Google Maps later, so I know where he lives. So I can sort that out for the new year. And when I go up that way again, I say, you know, I'm heading over towards Ron's, you know, if you want me to come and look for your ring, I'll come and knock on your door and give me a rough idea where it is, and I'll spend an hour or two trying to find it for you. So, you know, it could be quite deep down in the ground, could be, you know, hidden somewhere. I don't know. He didn't say roughly where it was. He just said he'd give me a rough idea. He said you should be able to find it, mate. You know, so how big the wooded area in the back of the property is, I don't know. So, and if it's I'm just hoping it's a big bit of property, because then I might be able to get permission to do that as well. That'd be cool. Hey mate, can I do your back garden as well? Yeah, sure, no problems. But, you know, if I do find a ring and he offers any kind of like reward, I'm not going to take the reward. A reward is that permission, what he's giving me. And I said to him, like, on the phone, because his son rang him up, as I said, like, you know, well, when I do come here and start digging, you know, I'll give you a call. You won't need to come over, you know. He's all right, just jump over the fence. He goes, yeah. Even his son said, yeah, just jump over the fence. Because it's only like that high. You know, I've got two fences, one of them being like electrified, so the horses won't kind of like try to get onto the other part of the property. And then you've got the other fence, which is barbed wire. So, and I know they're electric because I bloody went and touched it the other day, last time I went up there, and I got electrocuted. A little bit of a bolt or jolt. So, yeah, got to be careful of those electric fences. So anyway, that's just the update. New permission. Couple of newer pinpoints coming through. Another Gold Hunter one. Don't know if I've got to send the old one back or not. Partial refund on the other one, and they told me to keep the old one because I don't think they'll be able to use it anyway or get their money back. I think what they've done is that they've only given me like 3/4 of the money back because they've made their money by selling it anyway. They'll probably get it for about 15 quid, maybe less. I'm thinking, well, as long as we made our bit, you know, give him, you know, 20 quid back, that's going to stop him, you know, from moaning and groaning. We won't have to send him a replacement one, you know. And no, I could have turned around and said, no, I want a full refund. You know, I've been a bit of a pain in the arse, but no, it does work sometimes. The Gold Hunter one of them. So I thought, well, you know, 20 quid I can put on, you know, the other pinpoint, and I'm keeping an eye on Amazon. So I use that 20 quid refund and put the other 23 quid out in my bank account and put that Balador pinpointer. So if anyone wants to check it out, I think they still got a few left. Yeah, I've got plenty left. I'll put that down in the description in a minute. I'm actually in the process of doing today's video. I don't know how long it is. If it's an hour and a half, I will cut it in half and put it as part 1, part 2. If it's an hour, I'll just keep it as it is. No, I didn't do a lot of chatting today. I wasn't moaning and bitching like I normally do. I was just doing the digs, showing you what I was finding, what I wasn't finding, what I couldn't find. I slipped off the spade once and landed on my backside. Luckily, that wasn't caught. But yeah, all in all, although it's a cold, wet, windy day and a little bit of sunshine, I'll come home with another permission, which I'm happy about. And I'll be starting that sometime next year. You know, I've still got at least a quarter of ones to do still. And he has told me when I'm ready to let him know, and he put the horses on the other side, then I can do the smaller part, which I haven't done yet. So that'll be done in the New Year's will. As I say, like, you know, Sunday and Monday is supposed to be kind of like better weather. It's not meant to be raining, but you just can't tell the British weather at this time of year. You know, it said it wasn't going to rain Tuesday, and I was hoping to meet up with Alan Tuesday, but it's raining again on Tuesday. So me and Alan's decided to wait until the new year before we meet up again and do some milk detecting. But yeah, that's it really. Got a bit of a headache tonight. Did do this already, but live stream, but I've done it on my other channel accidentally, so I've had to like delete it and redo it. And I thought we weren't going to redo it, I'll just do it private and sell it as public after I've finished. So that's what I'm going to be doing in a minute. I need to get the old video sorted out, hopefully get it up by tonight. If not, it'll be done by tomorrow. Can't go out anywhere tomorrow because I'm expecting a delivery pickup for someone. If the weather's still okay Sunday or Monday, and I've got another working proper pinpointer, I might pop out either Sunday or Monday, depending on the weather, as I keep saying, and do another video for you guys. I've got a couple of locations I want to go to. There is one which I might even get another permission on. So I'm saying like I've got 2 permissions. I've got more than 2 permissions actually. But these are the better 2 permissions I've got. The other ones are just like smaller, like little fields and so yeah. Right. Catch you on the next one. Have a good week. See you all soon. Ciao.